So I want to talk about the one medical treatment that we're not hearing about. I haven't been hearing anything about this in the COVID-19 coronavirus treatment regimen. From what we're hearing is that there is no treatment, there's nothing that can be done. The only thing that can be done is respirators. We got to give people respirators. But I haven't heard anything about thoracentesis. And I did some Google searches for it and to see how it relates to COVID-19. I found nothing. Nothing where it says medical professionals are using thoracentesis to treat COVID-19 coronavirus. Now, thoracentesis is the procedure in which they extract the pneumonia fluid from the base of your lungs, where it swells up and kind of crushes your lung capacity. It's a pretty simple procedure. It's an outpatient procedure, meaning you can be released within 30 minutes of this procedure. It's simply a small insertion in your back with a tube, and that fluid just drains out, which will increase your lung capacity and allow you to breathe better. So we're hearing a lot about ventilators, and ventilators are needed, but what about the drainage of the pneumonia fluid to begin with? I'm not hearing this. I'm not seeing this as one of the options. So you have someone with fluid trapped up in their chest cavity, and they're having a hard time breathing, and you're not draining the fluid, right? Some of the complications from that, possible lung collapse, but that's rare. And you could find videos on YouTube of, there's one I seen of an operation, and you just see that fluid just draining. You know, this guy had like maybe 2 liters of fluid in his chest cavity, and you know, it's an insertion through the back. You're awake, you're not put to sleep, and they just, you know, run a tube in you, and it drains out that fluid. Now, certain people will be at, you know, will not be good candidates, but these are people who may have bleeding conditions, people whose blood doesn't clot, maybe some people with, you know, very weak or advanced lung disease. But most people will be okay with this. Why are we not hearing about thoracentesis being used as a option to treat patients to relieve the pressure and increase, you know, lung capacity? It seems like people are dying because they're not able to breathe. So, and it looks like an operation that you don't even, you know, need much of a surgeon to do. It's not it looks like something that, you know, you can give a pretty quick tutorial on. And a qualified medical professional who's used to administering needles and administering certain medical procedures and catheters should be able to grasp and you know, take control of it. I would think the average nurse could perform this operation, you know, under the watch of a qualified physician. You should see, you know, instead of us seeing rows of beds of people laying on their back, gasping for air, dying, we should see rows of people sitting in an upright position with nurses draining fluid from their backs. Because, you know, the more oxygen you're going to get into that lung, you know, the more energy, the more, uh, you know, will increase immune function, will increase everything, will make everything that much easier, that much better to fight the coronavirus. So, I don't know. Maybe somebody could uh, make sense of this for me. Maybe somebody could put in the comments why this is not being done, or maybe I'm missing something. Is there something particular about this virus where thoracentesis is not a good option to use? But I would think it would be a great option to use. I mean, if, heaven forbid, if I'm sick with this and I find myself in the hospital, I'm going to ask every doctor who comes and looks at me and who tells me that I have pneumonia and my chest cavity is full of fluid. I'm going to say, hey, I want thoracentesis. Can we do this, please? Hey, what do you know about thoracentesis? And whatever they say, I say, well, who do you know who knows how to perform that procedure? I would like that procedure performed on me. I would like that fluid drained from me, please, please. Hey, nurse, do you know about thoracentesis? Listen, pull me in the broom closet and, you know, break out the tubes and break out the needles. Let's get this done. All right. You know, I'll find me a disbarred doctor to perform that procedure if it's going to allow me to breathe. So I don't know. I just find it strange that I don't see this. And this was something that I looked into early, just researching pneumonia and what it is, and it's just, okay, it's fluid. All right, well, fluid could be drained. And I just recently revisited today, and I was just looking around, and I put in, you know, thoracentesis, COVID-19, nothing. You'll see a website, you know, a pop-up John Hopkins, and you'll see, like, in the description, COVID-19 and thoracentesis, but when you go on the page, they're not connected. It's just they have a page about thoracentesis, and they also have information on COVID-19 unrelated to that specific page. It's just like a standard thing that you'll find on every medical website right now. Hey, for COVID-19 information, click here. You know, but totally, but they're not connected. They're not saying, like, yes, we use this procedure treating COVID-19. No, you don't see that at all. And I'm just curious about that. So I'm not a conspiracy guy, and maybe there's an explanation. Maybe they are doing it. I don't know. Maybe they're doing it and just it's not being posted. It's not being talked about. But as of right now, they say, oh, there's no treatment. It's just a respirator. And you just got to sit there and pray that your immune system will fight this virus. And, you know, whatever. So if you find this interesting, like and subscribe to the channel. I haven't been uploading too much. Check out my split pea soup recipe. Check out some of my other blogs, and have a good day. Be safe out there.